This definitely is not part of the trail, but it's too good of a view to resist not. I don't see any poison ivy down here, so I think I'm gonna descend a little bit more. Thank God for this walking stick. Wow, I mean, look at that down there. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get down there, but we can try. I might not want to get too close to the water. The mosquitoes might sense me and just start going crazy. Who knows? I already went down there and my ankle was getting bit up, so we'll see. Now, I came down here kind of intentionally after a pretty wicked thunderstorm, because I figured I'd have the place to myself, and that's pretty evident because I think everybody knows this place kind of turns into like a punch bowl, a soup bowl when it gets rainy like this. As you can see, another identifier that has been raining pretty heavily. The water is a very appetizing dishwater brown color, or kind of like the appearance of gravy, and that basically would, sorry, had to tell a mosquito who is boss really quick. And basically what that's doing is stirring up everything at the bottom. So usually fish don't really like to fuck around in the rain, so it wouldn't be good fishing weather either. But either I could take it down to the punch bowl real quick, or I could take it back through what I just walked through for the past 10 minutes. Either way, this is about the best land that you're gonna get before you hit a huge barrier. I figured I could do maybe more of a park walkthrough this time. As you see, it's getting less swampy. I'm definitely not dealing with nearly as many mosquitoes at the present moment. Just really like this secluded area. This is kind of like a jut off foot trail from the major footpath. I think there's a bench up the way too. But I'm always reminded that I'm a little bit more north to where I used to live, because, oh man, I mean, we're basically, we're basically less than a workday drive away from Canada, and, you're reminded of that constantly with all these spruce and pine trees. But I notice here in this, well, technically this is a mixed forest, but a lot of these spruces seem to have been out-competed. It just seems that other specimens grew faster, and yeah, they just couldn't poke out of the canopy fast enough, and they died. This guy here as well, but I would probably wager my guess and say that he's been dead. He's a little more freshly dead than that guy is. Only because, yeah, the bark's falling off, but there's not as much like rotting to the wood yet. So that would be my guess. I am starting to notice a little more mosquito activity. But as you can see as well, it looks like the sun's beginning to poke through. Like I said, we did have a bit of a decent thunderstorm earlier, about probably at this point maybe 90 minutes ago it started, and it ended probably 45 minutes ago. But you can generally count on the weather being nicer again when you start hearing the birds resume their song. So I think I'm gonna take a brief pit stop down to the shittier area. So this park is basically, you know, we were on the Galeen River yesterday, and we're now on a different section of the Galeen River. I want to say that this is probably, you could probably say, we're probably about no more than 8 miles upstream of where we were. But this is definitely, as you're heading closer to the lake, as you can see from this wooden bridge here and the sheer depth and width of this river here, that, I mean, you know, it's no Mississippi River, but for us, you know, we're Great Lakes people. We have like inland seas, so we don't really care about rivers that much. So yeah, you know, well, look at that. It feeds that way, and it goes into where we were at yesterday, and then it feeds into Lake Michigan from there. Now, you know, I've filmed videos here in the past, multiple videos, so you've probably seen these woods before, but I kind of wanted to dedicate some space to just the beauty of this park itself. I mean, what's a hiker without his trails, you know? This is a recent development. So I've been coming here for 4 years, and I noticed this when I came here for the first time this spring, because Michigan closes its parks for like half the year, I think for safety concerns. So yeah, most of the parks get closed for, you know, they'll be closed from like, I think the first day of November into the first day of April or something like that, or March, I think. But as you can see, like, this is the more swampy region. I probably made a horrible mistake walking into this area, seeing as, you know, this is basically like mosquito breeding pits. We might get lucky, but this is, you know, kind of more on the watershed level of the Galeen River, so water looks like, ooh, almost dropped my phone. Water looks like poopy butt cheeks, you know? Like, if I had my boots, I'd probably just walk all the way over there, but I don't really want to do that. It can get all muddy and sloppy. Now, I might be able to go by this old log here. Now, this log here has been here the entire time. I mean, this has been a down log the entire time. I've been coming here for the past 5 years. But it looks like someone snapped it in half or chainsawed it in half. This one in particular, behind all this brush. So I'm thinking maybe I could get through this way, because there might be higher soil points. So you can see, well, you can't because of this maple branch, but you can see now we kind of slope upwards into a hill. And this is another point you could feasibly access the Galeen River with your kayak. And yeah, we're basically at the shore. So as you can see up ahead, these are not artificial dams, but these are dams literally built by beavers. Yes, there are beavers that are around. No, I don't want to fuck with them because, well, I mean, they will chomp the shit out of you, bro. They will chomp the shit out of you. I mean, those teeth are for more than just chewing through wood. And if they can do that to a fucking tree, what the fuck do you think they can do to you? You know? So, I made the fatal error and I went right to the bank. So I think I'm gonna fast walk back to high soil so they can't sneak up and suck my blood. Doesn't look like there's really an access point to get to the other part of the park right now. At least in the condition that I'm in, with the attire that I'm in. So I think instead we'll do another loop around and just kind of chill. Yep, droplets are coming down from the wind. It's not rain, it's just blowing off from the canopy. That's a pretty deep, I mean, this hole here, whatever caused this is easily like a 2-foot deep hole. Like, that's ridiculous. Like crazy. There's a certain like mildewy smell that I'm smelling right now. Can't really put my finger on it, but it's almost as if like it's like I don't know if you guys have ever like ill stored like a book, like you know, not the proper way, and then you kind of end up with like this like really foul like mildew paper smell. I'm getting a whiff of that specifically when I walk over this section. I don't see any critters. Looks like they're probably, the aquatic life's probably checked out for the day after that storm. You know, our world's clear now, but now their world's probably going to be murky for another 12 hours as the particles have to settle. Haven't seen too many fish through there, but I do seem to catch a lot of, well, not like catch, but you know, I happen to notice a lot of crawfish in the stream. Это белка на древе. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullfrogs making their mating calls. I had to pause for a second because I was scared. I thought it was a dude. It's like, wait a second. Then a wicked bug flew on my arm and I had to smack it. Looked like a fucking mosquito. This was an earwig, man. I don't like that at all. I mean, I try not to hurt animals, but damn, if you look weird, I'm gonna hit you. Sorry about that, you know? If you look like a menace, you know, you're gonna be menaced. Oh, hey, check this out. So, these things here, if my guess is correct, it's probably a hybrid cranberry tree. Now, let me tell you something. There's another mosquito. Those things taste foul. For some reason, I force myself to eat them all the time. Don't know if it was good or if it was bad for me. Honestly, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I have to remember bug spray for next time. For real, for real. It's gonna be that time of year. See all the lilies and stuff at the bottom there. I wish I could zoom in a little. Oh, I can't. No, I'm definitely using the fuck out of that feature now. smell cigarettes. Why do I smell cigarettes? Did you hear that owl? So those high rattling calls are eastern gray tree frogs. Those low boom, boom, those are American bullfrogs. It's after the rainstorm, so all the amphibians are trying to get it on right now. It's usually the cue to start mating. This might be the logical conclusion of this trail. I want to go further. Fuck. Oh, damn. Something just bit me hella good. Ooh, I just need a fucking tree. Ah, finally drained soil again. This is definitely an older section of the camp. Or the trail. This corner kind of smells like spruce. I've never been this daring. I've never actually gone to this part before. I need to hurry up because my bandmate's probably pissed off at me right now. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say perhaps the tree that fell down was purposely knocked down. So that don't seem like I can stab right through that bench. I don't have the gear on to go through there. So I think this is where we turn back. So yeah, that was that part we were at. down there. As you can see, there's definitely quite a height difference between these two portions. And this is the Galeen, a major part of it, the Galeen River. That feeds into Lake Michigan once more. While he's clearing up, and I think I'm gonna make my way up there so I can get a hold of my bandmate. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I probably should. Oh, I'm so stupid. I probably could have just walked around this way. That's alright. It's already starting. Soon we'll have delicious May apples. I'm really hell-bent not missing the season this year. I seem to always miss them. Well, this guy. So yeah, these guys are called May apples. And they only produce fruit like one time a year. And it's usually only like 1 or 2 fruits per plant. But these white petals you see on the ground are the flowers. And basically what just happened, you know, when I get fucking boots on next time, I think I'm gonna walk through there. That one's done. Hopefully this year I don't miss them, because they don't have a long developing stage. They're pretty much ripe instantaneously, and they drop to the ground. And you can't pick them too ripe because they're poisonous if you pick them too ripe. I think with that being said, we're back on the main footpath. I'm covered with canopy sweat. Not actual sweat, but just water droplets from trees right now. That was bound to happen at least once. Just happy I wasn't down the fucking stream. That's right where I found it. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna run here, train the lizard back to hold my man, mate.